Hi, and welcome to Tableau Software. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build some funnel charts inside a Tableau desktop. So, what are funnel charts? How are they typically used? Well, most often not, they're used to indicate some sort of a sales process or any logical progression that you have in your dimensions. So in this case, we're dealing with our phases in a sales cycle, going from the website being hit all the way down to an actual purchase. And what we're viewing is actually each one of these phases indicated by size here. So the number of prospects we have in each one of these phases is actually sizing each one of these little bricks that we have, going down to people actually purchasing whatever we're selling. So these are useful when you do have that sort of logical progression in your dimensions. So this is the easy way to build these things inside of Tableau Desktop. There's actually a couple different ways to do it. I'm going to show you both the easy and the more traditional way, where you get that nice curve in between each one of your different dimension members. But if this is your goal, this is very, very simple. So let's just start with the easy way. I'll create a new sheet. And all we're really going to do is take our number of prospects. We'll drag that out to our rows. And let's slice that apart by our different phases here. So I'll drop that on color. So now we see all of our different phases versus the number of prospects. And actually what I might want to do here is sort this in descending order. So now you're beginning to see that funnel that we saw before. There's just one other thing I need to do here, and that's just take that number of prospects again and drop that on size. We can fit the whole view here so it's a little easier to see, and start adding maybe a little more information. So maybe I also want to see the number of prospects on our label as well as the different phases. Let's go ahead and put phases first. And then maybe I actually want to take this number of prospects and take that as a percent of total. So I'm going to click it and create a quick table calculation as a percent of total. Since that's computing down, that's how I want it, so that's fine. And then we can also just grab our number of prospects again and drop that on label. To make it a little more aesthetically pleasing, I might open up my labels dialog and actually change the format of some of these things. Yeah, it looks a little better. So in a few clicks, you can build these things out, no problem. But what if you want that more traditional way, that nice curve that you see here? This is a little more tricky, but still not very difficult. I'm going to create a new sheet, drag my number of prospects out to columns, and slice that apart by our different phases by dropping it on rows. We'll go ahead and just sort this thing in descending order. So we see about half of our funnel chart here, but they're all broken up. What I can actually do is just change this from automatic or bar to area, and then we get that curve again. Let's go ahead and fit the entire view, and it'll look a little more clear. So that's half of our chart, right? And that's really the true information for what we really need. But to build the other side of this thing, what we need to do is create a calculated field and actually just take the negative of the number of prospects or whatever measure you're using. Once you've created that calculation, just drag that out to the left of the sum of your number of prospects or whatever measure you're using. And that's really all there is to building the actual curve, right? Pretty simple. A couple things that I like to do aesthetically to these is to click color. Go ahead and just add a border to it so it pops out a little bit more. And add some things onto label. But if I take my phase and drop it onto the label here, we're labeling both sides of the chart, and I don't really want to see that. I just want to see it on the right side. So let's pull it back off and actually just select that measure. Now let's add phase over here to the label, and we'll just have it dropped on the right side. Now I can add that other information that we had before. I can add our number of prospects, as a percent of total. I can add our number of prospects again, and I can come in here and modify how I want this thing to look. So very quickly and easily, you can create either the traditional funnel chart that we're seeing here, or the really easy funnel chart that you're seeing here. It's really up to you and how you want to see it. So thanks for joining me today. There is a workbook attached to this video and this page that you can download and try it for yourself, and it'll have this example in there, so it'll be nice if this was a little unclear and you just want to reverse engineer it yourself. Other than that, thank you so much for your time and have a good day.